Azumarill puts in the finest of work in today's video. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're on a battle versus Liar King or Persephone from the Discord server in the OU tier. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There is a link in the description down below. And with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Okay, Persephone, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, has a very cool looking team. They've got a Gardevoir, Mismagius, King Gambit, Great Tusk, Haxorus, and a Glastria. Love it. You gotta love to see that. I've seen the Mismagius as well. Oh my god, I love it. So anyway, we could lead off with Heatran here and get the Stealth Rocks up straight away. They'll be beneficial to us, especially if that Mismagius is Focus Sashed. Glastria has to be heavy duty boots, otherwise it's going to get destroyed by Stealth Rocks. They do have the Great Tusk as a Rapid Spin, and we have no way of blocking said Rapid Spin other than Zapdos to get the static and also just to resist all its moves. I think they lead off with, I mean, Rillaboom's looking pretty good. If we get rid of the Haxorus and the get rid of the Haxorus and Woodhammer, Drain Punch just destroys everything. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead off with Zapdos. Zapdos is a good lead. We'll get a nice and powerful Volt Switch off because they wouldn't dare switch in a Great Tusk on a Zapdos because we could just Hurricane it in the face afterwards. And the battle begins. So good luck, have fun, Persephone. I'm sorry again if I butchered your name. Zatanna the Gorgeous comes in, the Gardevoir, which is great. They go for the Static Trace, which is fine. And we just go straight for a Volt Switch here because unless if the Choice Scarf, they don't KO us anyway. So I think we go for a Volt Switch here because we outspeed them. So we'll go for a Volt Switch. They do withdraw and they're going to go into the Great Tusk or the Haxorus. Haxorus would be a good one. Galato, the Galar Champion. That's going to be the Glastria. So Glastria comes in. We go for a Volt Switch. That's going to do some nice chip damage to it, which is great. And now we can just bring in whatever we want to tackle this Glastria because it slows out. We know we outspeed it with everything. We could bring in the Great Tusk. Go for that Headlong Rush, or we can predict the Mismagius and go for a knockoff. Same with the Gardevoir. So I think Great Tusk could be cool, but Boost Strategy, I don't want to waste that just yet. I think my best bet to do is to go into Heatran. So I'm going to go into Heatran. Wait, no, because they could have Stomping Tantrum or Close Combat. We outspeed them anyway, so it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So I want to go straight for a Magma Storm here because Magma Storm hits everything really hard except from the Haxorus. So I'm going to go for it, and if we miss, we miss. They go for a Close Combat. Wait, what? How do they outspeed us? How does the Glastria outspeed a Heatran? Is it max speed? Choice Scarf, maybe? We missed the Magma Storm as well, which is terrifying. So they're definitely choice locked in, which is good to note. We can still use Heatran for later to block that Mismagius for a little bit. Heatran's definitely a good Pokemon, so it's like definitely good to keep it around. If they're going to go for a close combat and we know they're locked in, we go back to Zapdos and potentially get a static. So let's do that. They do withdraw, though. They do withdraw. And they're going to go into Zatanna the Gorgeous Royal, once again, the Gardevoir. So they're going to trace our Flash Fire, which is absolutely fine. And we're going to go straight back into our Zapdos right now because we don't want to get hit by a close combat again. How does Glastria outspeed a Heatran, though? Like, are they actually max speed? That's crazy good. That threw me right off. So we could go for a Hurricane here to get some maximum damage off on something. Or we can go for a Volt Switch. They won't bring the King Gambit in because King Gambit's like usually a late game sweeper. So I don't think they bring that in. Hurricane hits everything really hard. So let's go for it. Let's go for that Hurricane. So we go for the Hurricane. We don't miss, which is nice. And that's going to do over half to the Gardevoir. They go for a Mystical Fire, which is going to do a lot of damage and lower our special attack. So that's unfortunate, but what can you do about that? They're probably choiced. So we go for a Volt Switch now and get out of there. So they do withdraw the Gardevoir, expecting a Hurricane to come in once again. And they're going to go into Etoile, the former idol, which is going to be the Mismagius. So we break a potential Focus Sash here by going for the Volt Switch, which is great. And then we can go back into whatever we want right now. And I'm thinking Espeon could be a good shout. I'm also thinking Heatran could be a good shout. We can get them Stealth Rocks up, which would be nice. We know we can take any hit from this Mismagius, even at the health that we're at. So it's up to us, really. We could go into Azumarill, but I don't want to get burned by Will-O-Wisp. We could go for the knockoff with the Rillaboom again. It's the Will-O-Wisp, though. I'm thinking Heatran. I think Heatran's main point of this game is to block the Mismagius. It was also to KO the Glastria with Flash Cannon or Magma Storm. But obviously the Glastria outspeeds us somehow. So that's gone out the window. So let's see what happens here. So we're going to get some leftovers recovery, which is always nice. Makes us take a hit that much better. And now we go for a Stealth Rocks. I'm definitely getting the Stealth Rocks up. I think they're going to be really important. They go for a nasty Plot. Now, it's not too bad because we still outspeed them with Espeon, so we can go for a Psychic on this thing if we want to, but yeah, let's get the Stealth Rocks up first. Get them up on our side of on their side of the field, which is going to be nice because that Glastrier is definitely Choice Scarfed. It's Choice Scarfed or something like that. I don't know. It's very weird, though. Very weird how it outspeeds Heatran like that. I know Heatran's not the fastest Pokemon in the world, but still. Glastrier is definitely not. So we could go for a Magma Storm here, but if they switch into Gardevoir and Trace are... I think we'll go for Magma Storm. I think they stay in. They commit. Now that they've Nasty Plotted, they commit. We'd have a switch into the Nasty Plot Shadow Ball. So we have to let Heatran go down, unfortunately. But Heatran has done its job. He got the Stealth Rocks up, which is very important. Very important. And now we're in a unique position where we can actually go into Espeon, and we don't have to worry too much about King Gambit coming in. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do precisely that. Or am I going to Zapdos? Because the choice... Yeah, no, never mind. We're going to Espeon. It's the only way we can do this. So we're going to Glimmer. Going to old Glimmer over here. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So we could go for a couple of things here. We could Terra Fighting, predict the King Gambit to come in and go for that. Or we could Dazzling Gleam and go the neutral ground, but I don't think that KO the Mismagius. Or we can go for a Psychic. I think they stay in here expecting to take a Psychic and go for a Shadow Ball. I feel like they're not going to waste their Nasty Plot that they got set up. So I'm going to go for the Psychic. There we go. They do stay in. My gut was right. Let's see if they can take this. They can't take this. Espeon is just a monster with Choice Specs. Down goes Mismagius, which is great. That's one threat out of the way because we really did not have a switch into a Nasty Plot Shadow Ball. We did not have a switch in. Mismagius outspeeds the rest of our team. Crazy. So in comes Fion, which is the King Gambit. So King Gambit comes on in. What are you going to do? So it gets that Supreme Overlord, which is fine. Are they going to Terra Flying against my Great Tusk? Could do. They really could do. Do we go Zapdos first? No. No. We go Great Tusk. We 100% go Great Tusk. So we'll go Great Tusk real quick. Great Tusk walls King Gambit to the end of the earth. Even with a Supreme Overlord +6, it still lives at least one hit from it. So it's great. It's great. It's a great matchup. We get the leftover. Booster Energy pops. That's going to boost our attack, which is great. Let's see what they're going to do here. So they go for a Swords Dance, which is terrifying. And now they definitely Terra into either Flying or something along those lines. So we don't go for a Headlong Rush. No. We could go for a Knockoff. Knockoff could be good. That'll be neutral ground on whatever they Terra into. In fact, if they Terra, it's going to make it do more damage. And we get rid of their item as well, whatever it is. So let's go for the Knockoff first. They do withdraw. So they're not going to waste their Terra just now, which is fair enough. And they're going to go into Cabbage. The Great Tusk of their own. Which is fair enough. Great Tusk of their own comes in. We go for a knockoff. We're going to knock off whatever item it had, be it a Rocky Helmet or a Leftovers or whatever. We get a crit on the knockoff, which is nice. And they are Rocky Helmet, which is good to note. So I want to keep Great Tusk around for that King Gambit. However, I think I'll best switch in Zapdos. So let's go Zapdos. They could go for an Ice Spinner here. If they go for an Ice Spinner and KO us, so be it. But I feel like they're defensive, so I don't think they have Ice Spinner. So we'll go into Zapdos real quick. I think they just bought it in because it walls Great Tusk. Great Tusk walling Great Tusk is just like, you know, to be expected. So now we get a free Hurricane off and nothing wants to switch in. Nothing at all wants to switch in on the Hurricane. So we go straight for it. Hurricane comes through. They stay in. Great Tusk goes down. They didn't have a switch into the Hurricane. Gardevoir's on its death's door. And I guess Great Tusk was the least important Pokemon on the team because we still have Espeon, we still have Zapdos, we still have the Azumarill, we still have the Rillaboom. Great Tusk isn't doing too much against our team. So in comes the Glastrier. Now, is this thing Choice Scarfed? Do I want to find out? I don't want my Zapdos to go down just yet. At the same time, Zapdos isn't doing too much for us. So let's just go for the Heat Wave just in case we still outspeed. We do outspeed. Okay, so even if the Choice Scarfed, we still outspeed. So Glastrier goes down. So Zapdos getting KOs after KOs after KOs right now. Crazy good. I'm guessing they are Scarfed Glastrier and they've just assumed that they'd outspeed Zapdos. Because Zapdos is usually defensive. Well, mine's not. It's more offensively orientated. That Haxorus is tiny. Oh my lord, that Haxorus is tiny. Why is he so small? It's tiny. It's still taller than the main character, but it's tiny still. So they're probably going to go for a Dragon Dance here. They get a free Dragon Dance, which is fine. We go for a Hurricane to get some chip damage off. When they attack us, we hope we get the static. And then hopefully we're weakened enough. Well, I think Great Tusk can handle it, but I don't want to Zapdos. Hurricane. Hurricane's coming through. So we go for a Hurricane. We miss, which is unfortunate. as Javi is going to go for a Dragon Claw. Is going to take our Zapdos. Can we get the static? No static. No static. None at all. So now it's time for Great Tusk to come in. Or should we bring Rillaboom in? Great Tusk, Rillaboom. Or we go Espeon. Go for a Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, whatever we want to go for. Alternatively, we can go into Azumarill. I think Azumarill deserves some limelight. So we're going to bring in Azumarill. I'm pretty sure Azumarill can handle this. I'm pretty sure we can go for a Play Rough here, but could be wrong. Could be wrong. They might go for a Terra Steel. Should we try a Belly Drum? Let's try it. Let's try Belly Drum. So they are going to Terra. Are they going to Terra Steel? Probably, right? Probably Terra Steel, right? Terra Steel comes through. So Terra Steel Haxorus is a threat. As we know, it definitely would have taken a Play Rough pretty well, so I'm glad we didn't go for that. They go for a Dragon Dance. They're setting up on me expecting the Play Rough. But it's not going to work like that. Azumarill's going to come through now with a Belly Drum, which is fantastic. We do get the boost, and I've EV trained it wrong for level 50 because we're not going to get a Citrus Berry from that. That's my bad. I EV trained it wrong. I always forget, is it an odd number or an even number that you need? Oh, I'm assuming it's even number at level 50, so that's unfortunate. So let's go for an Aqua Jet real quick. Get the KO on this Haxorus, provided it KOs. We do get the KO on the Haxorus because our attack is sky high. Absolutely sky high right now. There is nothing they can do to stop this Azumarill. In comes Fion, which is the King Gambit. So King Gambit comes in. Personally, I would have brought this in last to get that maximum Supreme Overlord, but they might be confident they can live here. So let's go for an Aqua Jet and find out whether they can live. If they live, kudos to them. They go for a Sucker Punch. It does a lot of damage. It's going to pop our Citrus Berry, which is nice. We get a bit of health back. There we go. There we go. And we go for an Aqua Jet, which is now going to hopefully KO the King Gambit. It does KO the King Gambit. Azumarill once a Belly Drum gets up. Oh, wow. Really powerful stuff. Really powerful stuff. So Azumarill is looking really good. Really good. So Zatanna, the Gorgeous Royal, comes in. It's going to trace our huge power, of course. But I don't think there's anything Gardevoir can do here. I don't think it gets any priority moves, which will KO us anyway. It gets Shadow Sneak, I know that, but I don't think he'll have Shadow Sneak. We'll go for an Aqua Jet and we'll find out. So they go for the Aqua Jet, take out the Gardevoir, and that's going to be the game. So GG, Liar King or Persephone. Really fun game, really enjoyed that one. Azumarill got some time to shine, which is amazing. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.